It's really amazing how poorly some things age. I always hear people complain, oh, this show or movie could never be made today. But then there's the opposite. Things that were considered controversial 30 years ago are now tame. Today, let's look at the time Madonna was embroiled in controversy involving her fourth record and her selling the soft drink Pepsi. Back in 1989, Madonna was readying to release her fourth album, Like a Prayer, on March 21st. I want to remind you guys I had done a video on Madonna's previous album, True Blue, where MTV ran a contest where 2 lucky fans got to direct the video for the title track. The link is down below. According to the book Madonna, an intimate biography, the pop star looked back at her fourth album saying, "It's about the influence of Catholicism on my life and the passion it provokes in me. In these songs, I'm dealing with specific issues that mean a lot to me. They're about an assimilation of experiences I had in my life and my experiences." 3 months before Like a Prayer was set to come out, Pepsi Cola announced that they would pay Madonna $5 million to feature the pop star and title track in one of their commercials. The commercial would be the debut of the title track and first single before it was released as a single or a video. This would be the first time such a promotion was done. As part of the deal Pepsi had with Madonna, they would also sponsor her Blonde Ambition tour. Nearly a month before Madonna's fourth album came out, the LA Times would publish an article that read, "Madonna is pretty good at generating publicity." A computer search of the Times since October 1st indicated no fewer than 96 separate references to the singer-actress. But apparently, we haven't seen anything yet, they would write. Talk about foreshadowing. The 2-minute Pepsi ad, which was referred to as Make-A-Wish, would premiere on Thursday, March 2nd during NBC's top-rated sitcom, The Cosby Show. Some sources claimed it was premiered a week early at the Grammys, while other sources claimed merely a sneak peek of the commercial was shown at the Grammys. Either way, the commercial showed Madonna sitting in a chair, looking back at her childhood. The commercial was shown in 40 countries and was seen by as many as 250 million people. The single and music video would be released the following day and would be exclusive to MTV for several weeks. Madonna would release a statement celebrating the release of the video and single, stating, "I like the challenge of merging art and commerce. As far as I'm concerned, making a video is also a commercial. But the treatment for the video is a lot more controversial. It's probably going to touch a lot of nerves in a lot of people. And the treatment for the commercial is, it's a commercial. It's very, very sweet. It's very sentimental. The Pepsi spot is a great and different way to expose the record. Record companies just don't have the money to finance that kind of publicity." The music video for Like a Prayer shows Madonna dancing amongst burning crosses and being inside a church where she kisses a saint's statue, which then comes to life, all the while she is scantily dressed. The reaction was almost instantaneous. But if there's one thing I learned about researching this story, it's that confusion was the main problem with the whole thing. The public seemed confused, as did Pepsi, who couldn't even stay on message. Madonna's combining of religious symbols with sex obviously outraged some religious groups. Even the Vatican spoke out against the video, with Vogue reporting that the Pope called for its banning in Italy, which eventually happened. Some family values groups, including American Family Association, who claimed to have nearly 400,000 members, called for the video to be pulled, along with a boycott of Pepsi. That's where the confusion came in. Some people thought the full-length video was part of the Pepsi ad campaign, and Pepsi received numerous complaints in the days after the video premiered on MTV. Also, the groups protesting the video couldn't even stay on message. But even the reporting on the reaction was confusing. A spokesperson for Pepsi claimed the company was pulling the ad saying, and I quote, "It could be misinterpreted by a lot of people to be offensive," and that the company would not advertise on any program that carries the video. Then a few days later, on March 8, 1989, the LA Times reported that the company stood behind the advertising campaign and had no plans to pull the ad. They would interview a different Pepsi spokesman who disputed previous news reports that the company was pulling the ad, putting out a statement that the response to the ad had been, and I quote, "overwhelmingly positive." In the same article, the Times interviewed the executive director of the American Family Association, Reverend Donald Wildman. who proclaimed they wouldn't be boycotting Pepsi, telling the paper, "This video is only one little narrow piece of a big pie," said Wildman, who had not seen the clip but had read descriptions of its use of religious and sexual images. "I'm not saying it's not offensive, it is offensive, but we don't plan on making a crusade of it." By April 5th of 1989, Pepsi would pull the ads, and their support of Madonna's world tour, with a spokesperson for the company telling the press, "When you've got an ad that confuses people or concerns people, it just makes sense that the ad goes away." While Pepsi scrapped their campaign, Madonna was able to keep the $5 million she was paid. At the 1989 MTV Video Music Awards, the video would win the Viewer's Choice Award. Pepsi would sponsor that year's award show, and in her acceptance speech, the pop star thanked Pepsi for the controversy. Madonna would talk about her faith with Rolling Stone magazine. "Constantly, I pray when I'm in trouble or when I'm happy, when I feel any sort of extreme. I pray when I feel so great that I'll think I need to check in with myself and recognize how good life is. I know that sounds silly, but when it seems there's so much bull around, it's important to just remind myself of the things I have to be grateful for. On the other hand, when I'm feeling really bad or sad, I pray to try to reassure myself. It's all kind of rationalization. I can't describe the way I pray. It has nothing to do with religion. Once you're a Catholic, you're always a Catholic, in terms of your feelings of guilt and remorse and whether you've sinned or not. Sometimes I'm racked with guilt when I needn't be, and that, to me, is left over from my Catholic upbringing. Because in Catholicism, you are born a sinner, and you are a sinner all of your life. No matter how you try to get away from it, the sin is within you all the time." In 2017, Kendall Jenner would appear in ads for Pepsi that would be quickly pulled after the company was accused of cashing in on anti-police protests. Madonna would weigh in on social media. "When you wake up and realize that shit just really doesn't make sense. #chosen. She added, "Side note, my Pepsi commercial was pulled 30 years ago because I was kissing a black saint. #ironic. Madonna would then share a photo of herself from the 90s holding a can of Coke, Pepsi's main soft drink competitor. 30 years after the ad aired, Madonna would look back at it on social media, writing, "30 years ago today, I released Like a Prayer and made a video that caused so much controversy because I kissed a black saint and danced in front of burning crosses. I also made a commercial with Pepsi that was banned because my video was seen as inappropriate," she wrote. "Happy birthday to me and controversy."